Aloha, my name is Mark Tolliver. I am coming to you from Maui, Hawaii. I'm a life coach, business coach, and leadership coach associated with Life Creations Education, which is a coaching company out of Carlsbad, California. And I may be coming to you an ocean away, or you may be watching this right next door, depending upon where you open this video. And if you're opening this video for the first time, that's perfect. That's just right where you need to be. And there is a nugget out of each video, a little wow moment, a little understanding. So it doesn't matter where you're at in this videos, because now we're up to video 30. Wow, we made it to 30, and I've been doing these videos all the way back since New Year's. So if you want to catch up, they're only 3 to 15 minutes long, and you can catch up with us. But right where you're at now is perfect. And if you're one of my continuing students, right where you are is perfect as well. So let's get started. I've been actually doing the last few videos from a workbook that Life Creations actually came out with. And I'll show you the workbook because it's pretty cool. It's Get the Life You Want Already. And what we're talking about is get the life now, kind of like our intention series. Make the strike now for the action so you can get the reaction. And we can really drive full force into our intentions. And today we're actually going to be talking about money, prosperity with our intentions. I'm going to read you a quote from Maya Angelou that's actually from this book. And if you noticed on this book too, it also says health, spirituality, well-being, and relationships. So we cover a lot in this little workbook. And this little workbook has exercises. I'm not giving the exercises, but if you'd like to purchase this book, it's only $12, and you can follow along with the videos. You can follow along with me. I'm doing these videos fresh once a week. And also from the responses I'm getting from my students, from all of you. And you can tap in through any of those links to the website, the one you're watching now, do the comment box below, or even personally email me, because I have my personal email there too as well with Life Creations Education, and I will respond back. So the comments I've had so far from this workbook have been wonderful. So let's get started. Okay, what we're going to do is I'm actually going to read you a quote that's actually below the screen right now from Maya Angelou. And what a better person to have passion about what she does and the prosperity that came with Maya Angelou as well because out of the passion. Every time you even hear her name or you want to hear a quote, you're really looking for that nugget, because every single time she gives this nugget, because the words she says is so powerful, because it comes from here. It comes from her passion. It's not just something she's writing out to make it sound great and she can put it in a book later. Yeah, of course, that's going to happen. But the quote is actually coming from here. It's coming from her mind. It's coming from her thoughts. But it's coming from her passion. So this quote is powerful, and I'm going to go ahead and read it. So excuse me while I look away from the screen. Okay. You can only become truly accomplished at something you love. Don't make money your goal. Instead, pursue the things you love doing, and then do them so well that people can't take their eyes off you. How simple is that? Do them so well that people can't take their eyes off you. Then that's where the prosperity or the abundance or whatever you're looking for with your intention will follow, because you're doing them so well, and that passion, that's the connection. That's the connection that you're so connected with it, because it's actually the work. It's actually, that's the valuable piece, is learning in your intention, the passion in your intention of what you want to do to create that prosperity, to create that money. So I'm going to read one more paragraph at the top of the page of this workbook, and then I'll also do another video next week, because I want to break this down in 2 segments so you guys can really get this. Okay, so again, I'm going to look away from the screen. What is your relationship with money, and what issues surround your financial habits have you struggled with? If you're ready to make lasting changes in your life in terms of money, It's a lot easier than you think. Meaning, what is your relationship with that? Do you have fear with it? Do you attract fear? Do you have, like, you don't have enough? So are you attracting that you don't have enough? We call this universal law when you're putting out what you're actually thinking and what you're attracting back to you. And the next paragraph in this book is very powerful for that. So I'm going to go ahead and read the next paragraph. Okay. The universal law of attraction is the most powerful force in the universe and can be broken down in the simplest terms as like attracts like. By changing your thought patterns, including unconscious beliefs and attitudes, you can attract like or similar things. This basic principle is that whatever your mind can imagine, it can create. Meaning, whatever your mind can imagine can create. I've talked about in the previous videos about ebb and flow, kind of like the water that comes in on the shore and then pulls out, and how strong that water can go pounding on the shore and then take the sand back out to expose the coral reef. Or it can let gently go on shore and pull back out where it barely even moves the sand. So what's that power? What is that force behind what you're thinking? I'm lucky because I live in Hawaii and I can see the ocean every day out my window and I can see what the water's doing. I'm like, what's the energy today with what's going on? Is the ocean rough and churning and white cappy, or is it almost as smooth as glass like a lake? Are the waves coming in very rough and pulling everything back into the ocean? Or is it just lapping on the edge of the shore, barely even moving the sand? That's the same thing with your intentions. That's the same thing when you think of prosperity and when you're also thinking about money. If we're putting out there that we don't have enough money, if we're frustrated and you feel loss, well, what's going to happen? Loss and frustration will come towards you. If you feel positive, if you can shift that, and I know it's not easy sometimes, especially when there's fear or there's doubt. But if you can just shift that, really tap into what you're really doing with your intentions, get that power back, get that force back where you're like, okay, I know that I may have fear, but at the same time, I can have abundance and I can bring abundance back to me. I can bring everything kind of like the ocean that comes in and goes out. It's a natural, what we call universal law. So in our next video, we're going to talk about universal law. I'm going to read more from this workbook about universal law. And really quick, universal law also is like the ebb and the flow of things coming to you and things going away and things coming back to you again. It's also kind of like Isaac Newton's theory with the apple being thrown up in the air and the apple falling back down. Really, I think it was a apple tree, and the apple fell from the tree, and gravity naturally brought it down and clunked Isaac Newton on the head. So we'll talk about that in the next video. That'll be more fun. But for right now, really look at that quote from Maya Angelou, write it down on a sticky tab, put it on your bathroom mirror in the morning. Just really look at that, or on your computer, or on your desk, wherever you're going to see that quote, and really think about that. And my homework assignment, because I love to assign homework, is to really kind of journal about that. What are your feelings with money? Do you have more fear than you thought? Is it not a fear for you? And is it a passion? And if it is a passion, what is that passion? And connect that with your intention that you've been working on, or the new intention you're looking to do when it comes to money and prosperity. Okay. So I'm going to say with aloha, and I will see everyone next week. Write your comments down below and email me, share with me, and I'll be sharing that in the next video because I would love to hear from everyone, because we're going to talk about the ebb and flow of prosperity, that wave coming in and that wave coming out, universal law, Isaac Newton, the apple dropping. So we got a lot to cover. So share, share, share. Okay. Once again, with aloha, I'll see everyone next week.